What did I come into the kitchen for? I was supposed to meet someone today, but I can't remember who it was. Is this just forgetfulness or an early sign of dementia? You might be wondering. I'll tell you the answer. Take a moment and listen closely. Did you know that in America, 1 in 10 adults over 65 has Alzheimer's or another form of dementia? What's even more shocking is that by age 85, that number becomes 1 in 3. But there is an even more frightening truth. Right now, at this very moment, 5 unconscious habits you may be doing are slowly destroying your brain. Are you truly free from these habits? Hello, everyone. I am a doctor who has treated countless patients in the field of geriatric medicine for the past 25 years. Today, I'd like to share vivid stories from my clinical experience, along with the 5 deadly habits that cause dementia. This one video could change your life. I want to tell you about a patient, Mrs. Jones, who came to my office last week. But before that, please listen to today's story to the very end. You can save on hospital bills without medicine or a hospital. Also, the rest of your life could be completely different. I have one small favor to ask. If you want to keep receiving more health secrets, please hit the subscribe button right now. Like and subscribe are free, but the value of your health is priceless. And please leave the number 1 in the comments. Your single click is a great help in creating these videos. Please also share this with your loved ones. Your experience can help many people. Now, let's get into the details. At the end of the video, I'll tell you the secret to staying healthy and pain-free. I'll also share simple methods you can start today. First, let's continue with Mrs. Jones's story. At 78, Mrs. Jones was known as a fantastic cook in her neighborhood just 3 years ago. She would make her grandchildren's favorite japchae, and the whole family would look forward to her cooking during the holidays. But the Mrs. Jones of today has become a completely different person. She can no longer recognize her daughter-in-law. She gets lost on the way to the bathroom, and she doesn't even remember her own name. The most heartbreaking moment was when she asked me, "Doctor, why did I end up like this? Did I do something wrong?" A solemn silence filled the room, and her son, watching from the side, burst into tears. What's even more distressing is the pain her family is enduring. Her daughter-in-law can't get proper sleep because she has to stop her from trying to leave the house at night. And her son is even thinking of quitting his job. Beyond the financial burden, the mental stress is causing the entire family to fall apart. This is the reality of dementia. It's a terrifying disease where one person's illness turns the lives of an entire family upside down. Is dementia an incurable disease? I want to tell you one important fact. Dementia is a preventable disease. The World Health Organization has even stated that approximately 40% of dementia cases are preventable. This means that by simply changing our lifestyle habits, we can significantly reduce the risk of dementia. Countless studies support this, and I have many patients in their 90s who still maintain healthy, sharp brains. What do they all have in common? They have avoided the 5 deadly habits I'm about to tell you about today. Now, I will tell you all about these 5 bad habits. The first deadly habit is social isolation and loneliness. Many seniors, after retirement or the loss of a spouse, tend to stay at home and reduce their interactions with people. However, this is a deadly poison for the brain. A 20-year follow-up study by the University of London found that socially isolated people had more than a 50% higher incidence of dementia. Why is that? Our brains are constantly stimulated and activated through social interaction. During conversations, emotional sharing, and the process of taking in new information, our brain cells are actively connected and strengthened. Conversely, the longer we spend alone, the more the brain shrinks and cognitive function declines. In American society, there is a cultural tendency to not show loneliness, which makes this even more of a concern. Participating in senior center programs, regularly meeting with friends, and communicating frequently with family are the first keys to protecting your brain health. The second habit is chronic sleep deprivation. Many people think, "I don't need much sleep when I'm old," and neglect their sleep. But this is a big misunderstanding. Sleep is the most important time for your brain to clear toxins and consolidate memories. While you sleep, cerebrospinal fluid washes over the brain, clearing out toxic proteins like amyloid beta and tau, which are the main causes of dementia. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School, people who sleep less than 6 hours a day accumulate more than 30% more of these toxic proteins in their brains. Additionally, It is during sleep that the information you learned during the day is converted into long-term memories. A lack of sleep prevents this process from happening properly, leading to memory loss. Many older adults wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., which is a natural part of aging, but it is crucial to go to bed early enough to get 7-8 hours of total sleep. To improve sleep quality, maintain a regular sleep schedule, avoid using your smartphone in bed, and finish dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime. The remaining 3 bad habits are things you probably never would have thought of. The third deadly habit is excessive sugar intake and irregular eating habits. Many older adults love sweet foods and often skip meals, or eat without much thought. But this is extremely harmful to the brain. Repeated spikes and drops in blood sugar damage blood vessels in the brain and cause inflammation. In particular, people with diabetes have more than double the risk of dementia. A study from the University of Washington found that the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory, was significantly smaller in people who frequently consumed high glycemic foods. In contrast, those who followed a Mediterranean diet reduced their risk of dementia by 53%. The core of the Mediterranean diet is to consume plenty of fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts, fish, and olive oil while avoiding processed foods and sugary foods. It's also important to eat at regular times and chew your food slowly and thoroughly. The act of chewing itself increases blood flow to the brain and improves cognitive function. The fourth habit is lack of exercise and a sedentary lifestyle. It's natural to become less active as you get older, but not moving enough causes the brain to age rapidly. The effect of exercise on the brain is truly astonishing. Aerobic exercise releases a neurotrophic factor called BDNF, which promotes the growth of brain cells and creates new neural connections. Exercise also increases blood flow to the brain, providing a smooth supply of oxygen and nutrients, and lowers the level of the stress hormone cortisol. A study from Columbia University found that people who exercised at a moderate intensity for 30 minutes or more, at least 3 times a week, had a 38% lower risk of dementia. Exercise doesn't mean you have to go to a gym. Taking a walk near your home, climbing stairs, doing housework, or gardening are all great forms of exercise. Walking, in particular, is the safest and most effective exercise. Just a 30-minute brisk walk a day can be a great help for your brain health. The key is consistency. Instead of doing a lot at once, try to develop the habit of moving a little every day. The fifth and final habit is poor stress management, alcohol, and smoking. Many older adults suffer from chronic stress due to financial worries, health concerns, and family relationships. Some people turn to alcohol or smoking to cope with this stress. But this is the start of a vicious cycle. Chronic stress causes an overproduction of the hormone cortisol, which damages brain cells and specifically causes the hippocampus, the memory center, to shrink. A long-term study from Stanford University found that people with high stress levels were 2.5 times more likely to develop dementia 20 years later. Alcohol directly destroys brain cells, causing fatal damage to the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus. Smoking constricts blood vessels in the brain, reducing blood flow and increasing oxidative stress, which accelerates the aging of brain cells. For stress management, mind-body exercises like meditation, yoga, and Tai Chi are helpful. It's also important to find joy through hobbies. Surround yourself with positive people and practice gratitude. It's best to quit alcohol and smoking entirely, but if that's too difficult, try to reduce them gradually. I've told you about the 5 deadly habits that cause dementia: social isolation, sleep deprivation, poor eating habits, lack of exercise, and stress along with alcohol and smoking. How many of these 5 habits do you have? Don't worry. You can change starting right now. The brain is much more flexible and resilient than we think. It can create new neural connections even at age 90. To prevent a heartbreaking situation like Mrs. Jones's, and for the sake of your and your family's happy future, start making small changes today. Call a friend to say hello, go to bed early, eat healthy foods, take a walk, and find time to seek peace of mind. Your brain will surely thank you. If this video was helpful, please hit the subscribe and like buttons. And be sure to share it with your loved ones. I hope you live a happy life with a healthy brain. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.